It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
New tonight, we are hearing from the Fort Valley Police Department's leadership about a reserve officer who is the suspect in a Decatur murder-suicide. The reserve unit is made up of volunteer officers who help serve the Fort Valley community.
The murder-suicide happened Friday on Rainbow Drive and Candler Road in DeKalb County. Fox 5's Eric Mock joins us now live from the DeKalb County Police Department with the latest on that story. Eric?
That's right, guys. The DeKalb County Police Department has identified the suspect in that murder-suicide as 38-year-old Michael Duria. And they said he is actually a reserve sergeant for the Fort Valley Police Department. I spoke one-on-one with the chief of police for Fort Valley, who told me he couldn't believe one of his officers could have been capable of this.
Continue to be shocked, angered, and deeply saddened about the tragic incident that occurred last Friday in DeKalb County, Georgia.
That's Chief of the Fort Valley Police Department, DJ Flores. He says the Middle Georgia agency is still trying to wrap its head around the fact that one of their own is the suspect in a murder-suicide.
We all continue to come to grips and try to make sense to all this selfish and senseless act of violence that has shaken us to our very core.
DeKalb County Police say Michael Duria shot and killed 37-year-old Christian Chestnut off Rainbow Drive Friday before shooting and killing himself. Police found him in a car on Candler Road. DeKalb investigators have not released a motive yet, but they said it did not involve the Fort Valley Police Department.
There will be no report that will ever ease the pain of how incomprehensible this action was.
Chief Flores says Duria worked as a police officer for the city of Talbotton and Georgia State University before joining the Fort Valley Reserve Unit in October of last year. That unit is comprised of part-time volunteer officers.
When we have community events, the officers come down and they volunteer their time. And
that's Major Antonius Evans, head of the department's reserve unit. He says he and Duria became friends while serving together, which makes this all the more shocking.
It's totally shocking and out of character.
Flores says it goes to show that officers' mental health must be a priority. So I asked him how he plans to address that.
Currently, I am in contact with a mental health professional, and we're starting to develop some protocols and some policy. Unfortunately, it's one life too late.
One life too late, but they are starting those policies now. And he said there are other resources available to officers for the department. But coming up at 11, I asked these leaders of the police department about Duria's, standing with the department and whether they saw any warning signs before Friday's shooting. Reporting live in DeKalb County, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
Just so tragic. Eric, thanks.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. The year is 2024. So that's an interesting story, news report about a police officer shooting and killing another guy and committing suicide. What happened there? I guess I got a couple of ideas in my mind what might have happened there. I could be wrong because I was looking at the picture. I looked at the victim's Facebook page. I looked at the officer's information. Could this have been a love affair going wrong? Possibly. This was a crime of passion. We already know that. Something happened between these two men that led to one shooting and killing one guy and then killing himself. And typically this happens when there's some type of love affair or something, a relationship that's gone awry. Over the past few years, I've seen more and more men involved in these types of murder-suicides, gay men. The scary part is a lot of these gay guys live a very undercover, in the closet lifestyle, and you won't know they're gay at all. There are people I've known for years, and I never knew they were gay. I see them in the gym, I see them in places, and I just go about my damn business. I don't pry into anyone's personal life. However, I have learned that sometimes we have this idea of what a gay person should look like, and I've learned that you really can't. Gays come in all walks of life. They look all different types of looks, different backgrounds, different. But for some reason, this news story stood out to me as a possible that these guys knew each other, were in some type of relationship of some sort, and you know, I've seen this happen so frequently. Living in Atlanta for the past 35 plus years, I see it. I know of so many instances where this has happened, and you can kind of just as soon as you see the news, you're like, okay, them guys, something was going on between the two of those guys. You really don't even. I mean, I have no evidence to prove that. I mean, that. But my spidey senses are tingling, saying, okay, these two guys had something going on, and because they had something going on, and maybe one was more aggressive than the other one. Maybe one was more passive and didn't want a relationship. Maybe one of them found out that the one who got killed, maybe he found out this man is crazy and said, "We get the hell away from him." You know, there's a lot of mental health issues out here in the gay community. Now, as a black gay man, I can tell you out there's a ton of mentally men in the black community who are suffering from mental health issues and need to be, and they're not doing nothing about it. They're not doing nothing. It was just another murder-suicide here in Atlanta a few weeks ago, when one guy shot and killed the other and then killed himself. It happens about a couple, well, since I've been in Atlanta, it happens a few times a year, every year. And then everybody just sits around and talks about it. But there was an incident last year where, here's the crazy part. A lot of these murder, suicides, a lot of crime just doesn't make the news. There was an incident here in Atlanta last year, about a year ago, where a guy killed his husband. Shot and killed him. And I heard about it through other people who knew this couple, but it was never broadcast on the news. You never saw nothing about it. There was just complete silence. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in the news, a lot of stuff that happens here in Atlanta that doesn't necessarily make the news. This one made the news because this man was a police officer. You know, so this did make the news. But there are a lot of incidents I've known personally heard about certain things that happen, and I race on to just see if I can Google it on the internet, and there's no word, nothing. Nothing. Just quiet as a mouse. Now, there was an incident a few years back where this guy shot somebody near Perimeter Mall. A friend of mine that I knew, he killed him, and he also killed his best friend. And then he was running from the police, and he wrecked his car. He ran into a garbage truck and wrecked that car, and when he wrecked the car, he was killed on impact. I did a video about that, you know, so I knew the person who was shot and killed one of the people. Didn't know the other two people. I knew I had seen one of them before. But anyway, yeah, this was a crime of passion. So we may never know the full details, what took place between these two men, because they're dead now, so we ain't gonna know. But I have learned, I don't deal with people who are very closeted, DL. I cannot deal with that secrecy mess. And everybody's entitled to how they want to live their lives. But I found that a lot of these guys, I had a friend that I no longer speak with. He was always talking about, so he loved women and this, and he liked pussy, and he liked this, but I knew, but he was literally running around Atlanta having sex with all these people I knew, all men. I'm thinking, why are you still lying to me about? And I never confronted him about it because I really didn't care. However, it reached a point where I just got sick of the lies. And I'm like, okay, enough. All these constant lies about you dating women and you seeing some girl and you gonna get married and you run around literally having sex with everybody in Atlanta that I know, and people are coming to tell me I messed around with so and so. I'm like, okay, I already know. But I got tired of the lies And I found this person to be kind of narcissistic. And he started saying mean things to me. And I was just like, okay, I'm being your friend. But he always had these nasty comments that he'd say to me underhanded. But back, and I said, okay, I see where this is going. So I told him, look, lose my number. Don't call me no more. And then he did some things that I didn't appreciate. And the bottom line is he was jealous because I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I don't care about people knowing I'm gay. I live a normal life. A normal life dealing with the same issues that everybody else is dealing with. So I don't worry myself about whether I really don't care if people know I'm gay. Because what difference does it make? They're not doing anything for me. So why am I going to ever live my life concerned about what people think about me being gay? I don't give a damn. But I find that men who live a closeted, on the DL, quiet life without people there, they feel that if somebody finds out they are gay, that it's going to destroy their lives. And we don't know what happened between these two men. Maybe one was threatening the other one. Maybe somebody said something. Either he said something, or he even could have been trying to just get out of the relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship no more. I'm very lucky and blessed. Lucky to not have ever been in a situation where I ended a relationship and the person was stalking me or something like that. No, most of the time I ain't in a relationship, they going about their damn business, honey. So, but we do know there are some crazy people out there with some serious mental health issues. And like I said earlier in this video, there are a lot of gay men, black gay men, who have serious mental health issues. And they're not getting treatment or medication. They're not getting any type of sort of help. It's just fucking crazy. They just batshit crazy running around here. And I have met a ton of them. A lot of them at the gym for some odd reason. Some just bit me. Yes, at the gym I meet a whole bunch of them. One guy had the nerve to say, these people, I don't like coming to this gym because the guys be cruising me. They be cruising me. And I'm thinking I'm working out. I'm thinking, well, who is cruising your ugly ass? I'm looking around like, okay, this man's crazy. Ain't nobody cruising you. I want to tell them so bad, nobody's cruising you. People in this gym working out and going on about their damn day. Every time I meet somebody who's on the DL, they always need somebody trying to talk to them. I just ignore it. Nobody was interested in that man. They constantly cruising me at this gym. I said, well, ignore them and go back to working out. And shit, I've been working out in gyms forever. People cruise me at the gym. I don't care. I keep working out. What difference does it make? If they're not interrupting your workout, what is the problem? If they're not interrupting you, but again, that goes back to being DL and in the closet. So we'll see what happens over the next few days. If I have a sneaky suspicion we ain't gonna hear nothing else about what took place between these two individuals, because both of them dead. I don't even think the police, and the police, I'll be very honest with y'all, when it comes to these situations involving gay people, they don't give a damn about that shit. That's why a lot of these stories about gay men shooting and killing each other, you really don't see much of that on the news. You don't, and I know of several instances here in Atlanta that did not make the news, and I'm like, damn, so you have to go, you hear it through the grapevine, and you're like, is this true? And everybody's like, yes, it's true. Then you go look up the obituaries, and you say, oh my God, this was true. I know of several incidents, y'all forgive me, I got these teeth in my mouth, and it's kind of, I'm adjusting to these new teeth to talk. So anyway, I've seen several instances where one partner shot and killed his boyfriend, husband, fiance. Happens very frequently. Why? I couldn't tell you. All I know is 8 billion people on planet Earth. I'm not about to kill nobody when I have. You want to be in a relationship with me? Fine. Move on to the next. And you can find somebody on planet Earth that want to be with you. There's somebody for everybody. Which is odd to me. I've never understood murder-suicides. Whether they're gay, straight, black, white, I've never understood it. you that in love with this person that you rather see them die and kill yourself. I've never understood it. But again, it's hard to understand something that we know is a mental health issue. Regardless, I know y'all don't want to. I know that a lot of y'all just don't want to understand that. But you got a lot of folks out here who are delusional, bipolar, narcissistic. There's so many different personalities that, and if they're not treated for their mental health issues, it can end very badly. And then we got the fact that also drugs and drinking and all kinds of stuff. And just some of these people just not mentally there all the way. I think we've all met crazy people. You say, even as a friend, we've all met somebody we say, that motherfucker crazy, and stay away from him. I've met just associates that people I was hanging around. I said, okay, well, I can't be around this person. This person's too crazy as hell. But it would be very interesting to see if we if the news report will continue to follow and see if there's anything else that comes out about this police officer, or who shot and killed this man. I did read on the internet about the victim. Somebody had posted some pictures. He has a Facebook page, and I saw some pictures some of his family members had posted. You know, I just find it sad and tragic when this stuff happens, and it happens more and more frequently. Everybody got a gun. It's never crossed my mind to shoot and kill anybody or harm anyone ever. I'd rather go about my life and live a normal life. That's just how I feel. No, I ain't the best looking man on planet Earth, but there's still somebody for everybody. Now, just a side note, I'm getting a lot of questions about my dental procedure, and everybody wants to, I'm getting hit up. So I'm going to do a video about that. I'm writing down some stuff, because there's certain things you need to know if you're thinking about going out of the country to do any type of surgery or operation. You need to know certain things. And so, because it's not as simple as you all think, is hopping on an airplane and going. It ain't that easy. And don't believe the hype. It's not that simple. It takes a lot of leg work that you do here in the United States to really vet the doctor or physician or whatever procedure you're going to do. And it just takes a lot of leg. So I am going to do a video about that, because a lot of people have asked me to explain to them how I found the dentist or the clinic that I went to. I think that people did a fairly good job. I mean, there was some confusion the second time around. And I'll explain what took place in the video when I decide to do it, when I get ready to take care of it. Right now, I'm going to get some breakfast. I slept in last night. I slept in this morning, so I'm ready to go get some breakfast and get my day started. Anyway, I look forward to reading you all's comments. Don't forget to click like and share my videos with anybody who might be interested in it. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. The year is 2024. I'm out and enjoy this beautiful, hot day. It's supposed to be up to 90 degrees here in Atlanta. All right, I'm out of here.